Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Legends of Runeterra. Today we are going to take a look at the login reward that was for day 7, which is another starter deck. It's called Freeze and Decay, and it has two heroes in it. It's Braum and Ashe. Now, first glance at this deck, it feels like it's a mid-range towards control, especially with Braum. I've survived 10 total damage. It has the Challenger trait and the regeneration, which means it's pretty cool to level him up fast. And Ashe, the second champion of this deck, attack, Frostbite, the strongest enemy. What Frostbite does is set a unit's power to 0. This round it can be changed after. And when you Frostbite 5+ enemies, she levels up. And when she levels up, it creates a crystal arrow on top of your deck. And the crystal arrow is Frostbite an enemy, and all other enemies with 3 or less health draw 1 card. Also, the Ashe leveled up, attack, Frostbite the strongest enemy. Enemies with 0 power cannot block, which is kind of cool against decks with tokens made up entirely of stuff to block and control. So it's a control but anti-control. It's pretty nice. And if you draw the second Ashe, oh, there's a little battery. Whenever you draw the second Ashe, it's Ashe/freeze, Frostbite an enemy, shuffle an Ashe into your deck. Yeah, that's pretty much it about Ashe. Oh, I forgot to mention that Braum leveled up. When I survive damage, summon a Mighty Poro. And this has Overwhelm and 3/3, which is a good card nonetheless, and free of cost. So those are the champions. Let's take a look at the deck itself. It's, how do you spell that? Freljord. Okay, Freljord. I think I did it correctly. And Shadow Isle. We've got Hapless Aristocrat, Omen Hawk, Glimpse Beyond. Omen Hawk, when I'm summoned, grant the top 2 allies in the deck. Oh, this is actually good. +1/+1. We know what Hapless Aristocrat does. Glimpse Beyond, kill an ally to draw 2. Ice Veil Archer, Frostbite an enemy. This could come in handy. This is the vanilla deck. I haven't made any modifications to it whatsoever. Just gonna test it out and see how it does. And we'll figure out ways to improve it later on. Shatter, deal 4 to an enemy unit if it has 0 power, otherwise Frostbite it. So, you could get rid of a big creature if it's already if it always has Frostbite. So that's pretty nice. 4 damage to an enemy unit. Okay, nice. Vile Feast, drain 1 unit, drain 1 from a unit and summon a Spiderling. Avarosan Marksman, deal 1 to an enemy unit. Flash Freeze, Frostbite an enemy. This might work in tandem with Shatter, which is nice. Kindly Tavern Keeper. Kindly Tavern Keeper. Kindly, what the hell? Heal an ally or your Nexus for 3. Already talked about Ashe, and we've got Avalanche. Deal 2 to all units. Babbling Bjerg, yeah. It's Nordic. Norse. When I'm summoned, draw a unit with 5+ power. Avarosan Hearthguard. When I'm summoned, grant allies in your deck +1/+1. Grasp of the Undying. Drain for 3, I believe. Yep. Starting to learn them. Wow. Rhymetusk Shaman. Round start. Frostbite the strongest enemy. Withering Veil. Deal 1 to enemy units. Heal your Nexus for 3. Alpha Wildclaw, yeah, big stuff, 7/6 Overwhelm, Atrocity, kill an ally to deal damage equal to its power to anything. Okay, Icy Yeti, when I'm summoned, Frostbite enemies with 3 or less health. Vengeance, kill a unit, Tryndamere, ooh, this is the... Wait a minute. There's like 3 champions? Nice. So Tryndamere, if he would die, he levels up instead, and leveled up is 9/9, Overwhelm and Fearsome. And if you draw a second Tryndamere while this one is leveled up, grant an ally 8+8/+4, shuffle that Tryndamere in your deck. Okay, so we got one Tryndamere and one Braum and 2 Ashe. Yep, that's where the 4 heroes come from. Commander Lidros. Deal damage to the enemy in excess equal to half of its health, rounded up. Okay, last breath returning to hand. And a Ruination, kill all units. Well, I definitely see something that could be improved. I mean, the curve is all over the place. You could make it more viable if we'd cut down on the big stuff, probably. Or at least improve the draws, or make the low-cost creatures to act more as defenders, have better stats. But yeah, nonetheless. So the combos lie in with Frostbite and the fact that you can remove frostbitten creatures, and most likely Ashe will already be leveled up when you get to play her, because you Frostbite 5+ enemies, she doesn't need to see that, meaning she can be inside the deck, and when it pops into your hand she's already leveled up, or when you play it she'll level up and play that level up animation. So that's pretty much it about the deck. Again, this is vanilla, and we're gonna take it out for a spin and see how it behaves. And most likely in the near future, I'll be using Ashe in some other builds, or maybe just improve this one and give you guys another video about it on how to improve and how to make your decks better, even if you're on a tight budget. So let's move along. Okay, we've been matched with an Ionia Shadow Isles deck. Too many big stuff. Might as well just throw some of them up. I threw away a 4 to get a 7. That's a bargain. Oh, hello to you too, kind sir. Well, I have no play until turn 3. Which is a bit crappy indeed. Again, I mentioned this when I talked about the Cav. Too many high costs, and you can end up with broken and dead hands like these. Let's try and stop that. You've seen in the left, bottom left corner that Ashe already received 1 out of 5. Okay, let's see what we can go with. For now, let's just attack. Uh-oh. That's fine. It's fine. This is a control deck. It's supposed to work like that. Let's try to summon this one. Get rid of the spider. At least we're keeping the board clear. Again, in my opinion, with the stack, if you manage to keep your opponent at bay until you reach the higher levels of mana, using cheap stuff and some tricks, and you keep your removals for later, I think this deck might be overkill in the late game. But again, I also think that there are other decks that just step on this one in late game. Just as a comparison, though. More stuff on the board. Those ephemeral. Yep. It's Frostbite 1. And we can just ignore. Because they'll go away. Just wanted to mitigate at least 2 damage. Winter's Breath. Let's try and deal some damage ourselves. Opponent is still at 20 HP. That's an elusive. Not gonna use Avalanche. Duh. I'm going to buff the rest of the creatures in my deck. +1/+1 is excellent in so many situations. Ruination. That's 3 more rounds to go until we have big levels of mana. But of course, you can also cast Ruination if we manage to save up on 3 for next round, just 2 mana, and we turn it into spell mana. Next round will be 7 plus 2 spell mana, that's 9, so it doesn't matter. We're just clearing up the board. My opponent has already burnt most of his hand. Ooh, that's a big 1/6/6. Spawn Almond Hawk. Can use it to block stuff. Flesh Offerings. It's like double trouble. We're gonna have to defend here somehow. We don't have mana to do anything. And Ruination. We can't play next turn because we've used up a lot of our mana. Probably shouldn't have spawned that eagle. Probably. But at least we have something decent to oppose, to put on the board as our position. And we have the attack token, and I'm guessing that my opponent won't try to block. I have a vague feeling about it. Why? Because my creature won't die. That's pretty much obvious. But he will lose one of those 2 in turn, so my guess is he'll just skip the attack. Skip the block, sorry, altogether. It means I'll be dealing 9 damage. In the Nexus. So down to 8. I'm at 10. Let's see if we're able to block whatever attack comes next. What? Brood Awakening. That's 3 more spiders, which I definitely cannot handle. Also 1 other card in hand. Ashe here. Still need some more stuff to get leveled up. He's got the attack token. And it's too much damage on the board. I cannot block. So, sorry. All your bases all belong to us now. Unfortunately, I destroyed my own big creature. At least we got to push some damage with it. Now, what we need... Ooh. Plus Aristocrat. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna play that. I could play Ashe, though. She could Frostbite the strongest enemy. Oh, I could just wait for some more stuff to happen. And I could play Winter's Breath. Where's my Avalanche? Anyway, our opponent has burnt the hand. Just one card left, now two. But all my creatures are buffed up. Thanks to that +1/+1. Some earlier turns ago. This looks like a Mexican standoff. Nothing happens, no one attacks. This is just my idea of control. What's that gonna do? And those two are ephemerals, they will die and they will create spiders. Well, I can defend. I have good flimsy creatures, but buffed up creatures nonetheless, with which I can defend. That's gonna summon some spiders. Probably. Now. This is going to hurt. Too bad nothing will die. But they'll all be frostbitten. At least they won't be able to attack. And I'm just gonna drop Ashe right now. Ooh, nice animation. Look at that arrow flying. Excellent. 8/6. Decent enough. Now, he'll have to defend. Oh, okay. That was it. Well, definitely need some improvements. Please leave your comments in the comment section. What exactly do you think I could do to improve it? I have some ideas. So, please leave a like and a subscribe if you like what you see here. We have also channel membership if you like to support me through a small monthly donation. But, until next time, thank you guys for watching. Cheers.